We booked the Marriott Opera Ambassador in Paris, thinking it would be a safe, reliable stay in a great location. But within hours, we made the decision to leave. And I don't say that lightly. This hotel does have some strong positives, but whether it works for you really depends on what kind of traveler you are. Let's start with what this hotel absolutely gets right, and that's location. You're in the ninth Arrondissement, just steps away from Palais Garnier, the Paris Opera House, and within walking distance to Galeries Lafayette and Printemps, two of the most iconic shopping destinations in Paris. We actually filmed a full experience at Printemps, where we're looking to find our signature scent. So if you're planning a Paris itinerary, that's one you won't want to miss. In terms of convenience, this property makes a great home base. Now, before we get into the rest, there's one standout feature here that's absolutely worth mentioning, and that's the executive lounge. This is actually one of the larger lounges we've seen. Plenty of seating in a really open space. There's a wide variety of food and beverage offerings. We arrived towards the end of breakfast, so it wasn't fully refreshed, but you can tell this is a strong perk, especially if you have Marriott status. Honestly, for some travelers, this alone could make the stay worthwhile. Arrival is where expectations started to shift a bit. There's no doorman or luggage assistance, so if you're arriving with a lot of bags, especially in the rain, you'll be managing that yourself. There's only a few elevators, and they are very small, and during our stay, one was out of service, which meant wait times could stretch well over 20 minutes. Not a deal breaker, but definitely something to factor in, especially during busy times. It's a historic Paris building, so know that going in. And then the room. This is where things became a bit more challenging for us. The hotel mentioned that no two rooms are the same, and that's very true. Some rooms that you'll see online or in other social media reviews look much more spacious, but what you get can actually vary quite a bit. Our room was very compact, with limited space for luggage. And it actually had an extra door and wall placement that made the space feel even tighter. Some of the furnishings were a bit worn, and there were visible signs of wear, including stains and some damage to the furniture. For a short stay, it may work, but for us, it didn't meet the comfort level we were looking for. We also discovered that the bathroom configuration and size varied amongst the rooms, and ours was quite small, which again is not uncommon in Paris, but something to be very aware of depending on your expectations. We also tried dining on property, and this was probably our most challenging experience. Service was friendly, but there seemed to be some breakdown in communication with the kitchen. Our food took well over an hour, and when it arrived, it unfortunately was ice cold. It was just one of those moments where everything just couldn't quite come together. Service was overall friendly, but a bit inconsistent. When we realized the room was not going to work for us, we asked if there were any alternatives. The hotel was fully booked, but they did offer one other available room. There was a bit of a wait to get access to that room, and once we saw it, it was only a slight improvement. At that point, we made the decision to leave and find a better fit for our stay. To their credit, they did work with us to cancel without penalty and return our Bonvoy points, which we really appreciated. Now let's talk about where this hotel does make sense. Paris is one of those cities where hotel pricing can jump very quickly, especially if you're looking at a more elevated or luxury stay. So if you're wanting to stay at an approachable price point, with a brand you know or utilizing Marriott points, in a central location, this can be a really practical option. Another option to consider is a split stay. You could spend a couple of nights here, taking advantage of the location, explore the Opera District, shop at the Galeries Lafayette and Printemps, and then transition to another hotel in a different arrondissement or for a completely different experience. Or even stay for that elevated luxury stay for the final nights of your trip. That way you're balancing location, budget, and the overall experience across your time in Paris. For us, this wasn't the right fit, and we ultimately decided to move hotels. With that said, this property could still work for the right traveler. If your priority is location, or staying within the Marriott brand, or using points in a central area, this could be a convenient option. But if you're looking for a more elevated, spacious, or seamless experience, you may want to consider other hotels in Paris. For us, this was definitely a manage your expectations kind of stay. We rated location 5 out of 5. Service 2 out of 5. Room and comfort 1 out of 5. And overall value 2 out of 5. Making the overall rating score 2.5 out of 5. If you're planning a trip to Paris, we'll be sharing more of our real experiences at different hotels to help you feel more informed as you plan. So be sure to like and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. Because not all stays, even within the same brand, deliver the same experience.